everybody.
Shall we have a little song to start with today?
Okay, that would be very nice. Ooh! Yay!
What's going on today? I see Red Riding Hood going out to play.
Little boy blue
He's blowing his horn, and the little red hen is counting her corn. Wanna be in my story? It's a really great tale, with pirates, dogs and toads and frogs and a giant talking whale.
Bum 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 bum.
We're living in a fairy tale, fairy tale. So open up your ears and eyes.
We've got some
Happy tales,
some
merry tales, stories that are sure to survive.
Ba, 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 ba. Ooh, I can't remember the next bit.
Are building little houses.
And a big tall clock is full of little mice, yes. Princess is sleeping on a bed with a bee. Better keep your eye on the crazy
Fairy queen,
Wanna
be in my story. It's a really great tale, with pirates, dogs and toads and frogs and a giant talking whale. Bum, 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 bum.
We're living in a
Fairy tale, fairy tale. So open up your ears and eyes. We've got some happy tales, some merry tales, stories that are sure to surprise.
Ba, 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 ba.
La 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 la. Story. It's a really great tale, with pirates, dogs and toads and frogs and a giant talking whale. Bam, 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 bam.
We're living in a
Fairy tale, fairy tale. So open up your ears and eyes. We've got some happy tales, some merry tales, stories that are sure to surprise. Stories that are sure to surprise. Stories that are sure to surprise. La 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 la.
Woo!
It's been a long time since we had the fairy tale song, but I just was thinking about it because of the three little pigs
Yeah, and the super pigs.
and the super pigs. And we've had a piggy week on
We have.
Story and Song, and today's story is no different. Let's start with hello, though, now that everybody's wide awake.
Yes, and we can of course finish with our pig song, can't we?
Yes.
Okay. All right then.
Hello, hello, how are you? Hello, hello, it's good to see you. I say hello to you and all your friends. I say hello, let's meet together, let's read together, let's have fun with friends. Hi everybody, today's story is Tom's Tale.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Tom's tail was curly, like a rolled up rubber band. It was a very neat little tail for a piglet, but Tom thought his tail looked silly. In all other ways, Tom was a proper little pig. He was a nice pale pink with dirty patches where he'd wallowed in mud. He slurped and snuffled in the pig trough with his brothers and sisters and made all the usual piggy noises. But how he wished he had a straight tail. Sam, the sheepdog, had a lovely plummy tail. Plummy? Plumy. Ha! Plumy tail. And Geraldine, the Jersey cow, had a thin, stringy tail with a little tuft on the end. Hannibal the horse had a long, swishy tail,
Even a rat's tail is nicer than mine.
said Tom miserably.
Why don't you get the tail straightened?
Said Hannibal.
How?
Asked Tom.
Like this?
Said Hannibal, and he put his big hoof on the end of Tom's tail.
No, walk away.
He said. Tom squealed and squeaked as he began to walk. His tail stretched out, and when it had uncurled to the very end, Hannibal let go.
Bing!
Back sprang the tail, and Tom hurtled forward.
Ouch!
yelled Tom and Sam together.
Tell you what,
Said Sam, picking himself up.
why don't I take hold of your tail and you can lead me along? That should straighten it.
So Tom took Sam for a walk past the pigsties, round the pond and over the buttercup meadows.
That's enough!
Squealed Tom.
Let me go!
You see the pond and the...
Ping!
Back sprang the tail to its usual curly-twirly self. Tom felt miserable. Geraldine looked at Tom and chewed thoughtfully. Suddenly she had a very good idea. She told it to Sam, who took hold of Tom's tail again and stretched it. Then he pushed the tail into a big patch of gooey, squelchy mud. He made Tom lie with his tail covered in mud for an awfully long time, until the mud dried and Tom's tail was set in a long, thin pencil.
Yippee!
Cried Tom. He twirled around trying to see his new straight tail.
Whoa!
Said Sam. Tom had poked him right in the chest.
You don't half look silly.
Said Tom's mother. But Tom liked being different,
I'll wag my tail like Sam does.
he said.
Whack!
The tail hit Tom's sister in the face and then prodded his brother in the bottom.
Stop it, Tom!
They both cried. When it was dark, Tom's mother gathered in all her piglets for the night. They liked to snuggle up in a big piggy heap, but Tom's tail got in the way.
Go away!
Cried all his brothers and sisters, and they chased Tom right out of the sty. Poor Tom. He tried to curl up outside, but it wasn't very comfortable to lie down with a tail as stiff as a pencil. At long last, though, he fell asleep. In the night it began to rain, but Tom went on sleeping. As it rained, the hard mud softened and slid off his tail. By the morning time, his tail was as curly-twirly as it had ever been. Grunting happily, Tom went back to the sty.
Who wants a straight tail anyway?
Said Tom later, as he pushed into the trough with all his brothers and sisters.
Now, if I had a long, elegant nose like Hannibal, the horse, instead of this silly snout, I could really get at the food. Tom.
Ah, Tom, he always wants to have different things than what he's got.
He does. He didn't like his tail to start with, but he learned to love his tail by the end.
Yeah, and we should all be like that, shouldn't we?
Yeah,
Because
absolutely.
we all look a little bit different, but it's okay to be the way you are.
Yes. Now, time for our piggy song.
Yes, you'll have to help me at the end.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Francis is doing a good job in school there,
Yeah, he is. He's doing all of the recycling.
and he's trying to do it really quietly because we're doing story and song. All right then, so let's go. How does it go, Mr. Scullion?
It's 5 little pigs rolling in the mud.
Oh, of
squishy,
course it
squashy.
is.
It felt good.
Ooh, everyone can join in with
With
that
the squishy,
bit.
squashy, yes.
Here we go then. 5 little piggies rolled in the mud. Squishy, squashy, it felt good. The farmer took one piggy out.
Oink, oink, oink.
That pig did shout. 4 little piggies rolled in the mud. Squishy, squashy, it felt good. The farmer took one piggy out.
Oink, oink, oink.
That pig did shout. 3 little piggies rolled in the mud. Squishy, squashy, it felt good. The farmer took one piggy out.
Oh, oink, oink, oink.
That pig did shout. 2 now. 2 little piggies rolled in the mud. Squishy, squashy, it felt good. The farmer took one piggy out.
Oink, oink, oink.
That pig did shout. Only one left.
One little piggy rolled in the mud. Squishy, squashy, it felt good.
The farmer took one piggy out.
Oink, 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 that
pig did shout. No little piggies rolled in the mud.
They all looked so clean and good. The farmer turned his back and then
they all rolled in the mud again.
those muddy piggies.
They're a bit cheeky.
Yes, I think we might have done a different tune to that song
I
this
think
morning.
we did. Sorry, everyone.
Really nice to see you all this morning. We hope you enjoyed the 2 songs today. 3 songs.
3 songs because it was a new tune
3
as well.
songs. And the story of Tom's Tale. Have a lovely weekend, everybody. And we'll see you for another story and song next week on Monday.
Aren't we just so adaptable?
So adaptable.
Well done, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
See you soon.